Hi guys. Today I'm gonna do a short little, well not short, but a story time about how I got into some of the bands I listen to. I'm just gonna go from what I'm subscribed to on YouTube, just go in order here. Okay, let's start with 303. Megan kind of got me into 303 when she was in high school going through her scene phase because she listened to 303 a little bit. My favorite 303 song is... Actually, I don't think I have one, but they're kind of good. Alonia, however you pronounce this band. Jake Pitts from Black Veil Brides and his wife's band. I don't know why I subscribed to this. They only have one song at the end, but it's a good song. So. Asking Alexandria. Megan used to play Asking Alexandria for me all the time. I found out about them because she we were at she was staying with my brother and his girlfriend at the time, who is technically my other sister, because like we count her as like part of our family and everything. But anyway, she was staying with them, and it was like 2 in the morning. I was spending the night at their house after my elementary school graduation because I just didn't feel like going home, and I was already there anyways. And then she played the final episode of Not the American Average for me. I didn't really like it because I was still terrified of screamo music back then. But now I love Asking Alexandria. My favorite song by them is Not the American Average. All Time Low. Megan got me into All Time Low when I think I was like 8 years old. Because like she would always play Dear Maria, Count Me In, and Damned If I Do Ya, Damned If I Don't, and Weightless around me. So I love All Time Low. They're a really good band. My favorite All Time Low song used to be Dear Maria, Count Me In, and then when they released the Last Young Renegade album, I ended up falling in love with Drugs and Candy for some reason. So Drugs and Candy is my favorite All Time Low song. Arch Enemy. I found Arch Enemy on YouTube one day when I was homesick from school, like during my junior year of high school. And the first song I heard was You Will Know My Name, and like right after I heard it, I thought it was amazing, and I started listening to them a little more that day, and now I love them. Well, I wouldn't say I love them. I really like them because they're a really good band. What else do we have here? Black Veil Brides. I got into Black Veil Brides in like 2009 when Megan played Fallen Angels for me. And then for the longest time, that was the only Black Veil Brides song I knew. And I didn't even know there was screamo until 2013, when I started getting more into screamo music. My favorite Black Veil Brides song was... It was kind of like a tie between The Mortician's Daughter and Fallen Angels, but now my favorite Black Veil Brides song is Wake Up. Breathe Carolina. I'm not too much into Breathe Carolina. They're a scene band that Megan played around me a lot. They're okay. Bring Me the Horizon. Megan used to play them around me all the time. I don't remember what songs Megan used to play from Around Me by Bring Me the Horizon, but all I know is that I got into Bring Me the Horizon because of their song Drown. I heard Drown, I fell in love with it. In like 2015, I heard Drown and I fell in love with it, and then I heard Go to Hell for Heaven's Sake and Chelsea Smile and True Friends and everything, and I love Bring Me the Horizon, but I'm mad because their next album is going to be pop. Broken Side. I got into Broken Side a little more recently than a lot of the other bands I listened to. I got into them in like 2016, somewhere, I think like towards the end of 2016, I started listening to Broken Side. And like I love their music, but I hate them as people because of reasons I can't say on YouTube. But they made pretty good music back in the day, so I still listen to them. My favorite Broken Side song is Schizophrenia. I love that song. Bullet for My Valentine. Megan and my brother used to play Bullet for My Valentine around me all the time when Bullet for My Valentine came out in 2004 with The Poison, their very first album. I didn't know what Screamo was back then, but technically Bullet for My Valentine was the first Screamo band I heard, but after I found out what Screamo was for the longest time, I thought Chiodos is the first Screamo band I heard, and then I got into Bullet for My Valentine and realized they were the first Screamo band I heard. My favorite Bullet for My Valentine song is Your Betrayal. Long story behind why that is my favorite Bullet for My Valentine song. Carrie Underwood. Yes, I like Carrie Underwood. I got into her when I heard Before He Cheats, like way, way, way before I got into Screamo music. My favorite Carrie Underwood song is Blown Away because it has a personal meaning to me that I'm not talking about. Anyway, Chiodos, first Screamo band I listened to. First song I heard by them was called Is It Progression If a Cannibal Uses a Fork? That was both the song that got me terrified of them and terrified of Screamo music, and it was the song that got me into Chiodos, which is ironic. My favorite Chiodos song is Two Birds Stoned at Once. Cobra Starship. Megan used to play Cobra Starship all the time. I don't know why I'm subscribed to them on YouTube, because I'm not that much into them. But I mean, they make good music, I guess. My favorite Cobra Starship song is Church of Hot Addiction. Dead Girls Academy. Dead Girls Academy has a very interesting story. I found out about them from one of my old Facebook friends who doesn't even talk to me anymore. I think he blocked me, but anyway. He told me about them and told me the lead singer is the lead singer of... was the lead singer of Vampires Everywhere. Which I had heard of Vampires Everywhere before then. I just hadn't listened to them, and Vampires Everywhere is okay, but Dead Girls Academy sounds a little better. They only have 2 songs released right now, but they're pretty good. They're supposed to be releasing their EP like a week after my birthday this year on June 16th. And I'm excited for it. It's not really an EP. It's like a full-length album, I guess. I don't know why they're starting out with that, because most bands start out with an EP, but still. Escape the Fate. Megan played Escape the Fate around me a lot when Ronnie Radke was the lead singer, and then when Craig Mabbitt joined, she started to hate them. I got into them around the time when I started getting into screamo music when I was listening to Chiodos and everything. The song that got me into Escape the Fate was We Won't Back Down, the first song from the This War Is Ours album. My favorite Escape the Fate song was Not Good Enough for Truth and Cliche, but now it's 4-letter word. I fell in love with that song when they released the I Am Human album. Fall Out Boy. Megan played Fall Out Boy a lot when I was younger. She's not that much into them anymore, but I still love them. The first song I heard by them was Sugar We're Going Down, which was the song that got them famous. My favorite song by them is This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race. That song's amazing. Falling in Reverse. I don't think Megan played them around me that much when she was listening to screamo music, but I remember her telling me about them, and I didn't really get into them until Jade started playing them around me. My favorite Falling in Reverse song is Don't Mess with Ouija Boards. That song is amazing. From Lambs to Lions, I randomly found them on YouTube one day and fell in love with their music. They just started 2 years ago as a band. I don't really have a favorite song by them yet, but they're pretty good. Get Scared. I started listening to Get Scared around the time that Jade was with one of his ex-girlfriends. And right after I got into Get Scared, I found out that they were one of Jade's ex's favorite bands and everything. I can't really say the name of my favorite Get Scared song, or else YouTube will delete this video. But anyway. Icon for Hire. I found them because of one of my old friends that I had on the internet before I even had Facebook. First song I heard by them was Perfect Storm, but the song that got me into them was Make a Move. And my favorite song by them is called Sorry About Your Parents. Like Ghosts. I found them, I want to say a month or 2 ago on Facebook. And I had never heard of them before, so I looked up their music on YouTube. And they're pretty good. My all-time favorite Like Ghost song is definitely Iris. That song is amazing. Melanie Martinez. One of the frickin' scene queens. I got into Melanie Martinez in 2017. I found out about her because of my friend Mickey. She's obsessed with Melanie Martinez. She calls her her wife and everything. Which, I don't blame her. Melanie Martinez is amazing. The first song I heard by Melanie Martinez was Dollhouse, but the song that got me into Melanie Martinez was Cake. I can't wait for her second album. Motionless in White. I found Motionless in White because of this. It was really stupid. It was like this picture I found on Facebook that said, "What emo band will adopt you based on your birth month?" And June said Motionless in White, and I was thinking, I've never even heard of this band. So I looked them up, and I listened to Cinematic, but I didn't like it that much. And then I heard Break the Cycle, and then Break the Cycle was the song that got me into Motionless in White. And my favorite Motionless in White song is Scissorhands. Oh, my favorite Melanie Martinez song is Teddy Bear. I forgot to mention that. My Chemical Romance, I got into them around like 2005, 2006. Somewhere in there. Before I even knew what like emo and scene were and everything. Because Megan used to kind of be into them, but not that much. The first song she played for me was Helena, and I really liked that song. And for a while, I did fall in love with My Chemical Romance, but I wouldn't say I'm like in love with their music anymore, but I still like their music. My favorite My Chemical Romance song is Teenagers. Never Shout Never. Megan played him all the time around me. I love his music. I don't like the fact that he's trying to come back with a cover album. Because honestly, nowadays his music is kind of irrelevant. So I don't know why he's trying to make a comeback. But he said after he releases this album like full of cover songs, he's gonna start making more new music. So I guess we'll see what he does with that. My favorite Never Shout Never song is Coffee and Cigarettes. I don't know why, but that song's amazing. Panic at the Disco. I cannot stand the new music that Panic at the Disco is trying to put out. It just does not sound good to me at all. I mean, I still like Panic at the Disco, just not the new stuff. I'm more into like 9 in the Afternoon and like Miss Jackson and A Few of You Can't Sweat Out, like that entire album and everything. But I don't really like the new music. My favorite Panic at the Disco song is Crazy Equals Genius, because that's like one of my freaking theme songs. Paramore. Megan got me into Paramore because she was playing them a lot when she was going through her scene phase. The first song I heard by Paramore was Pressure. That was also the song that got me into Paramore. What else do we have here? Pierce the Veil. Megan also played Pierce the Veil around me a lot when she was in high school. First Pierce the Veil song I heard was King for a Day. And then when I started listening to Screamo, that was also the song that got me into Pierce the Veil. Sleeping with Sirens. Megan was playing them a lot around me when she was in high school. First song I heard was Do It Now, Remember It Later. And I kind of liked Sleeping with Sirens back in like 2009 and 2010 and stuff. But I wasn't too much into them because they're Screamo and I was terrified of Screamo back then. But now Sleeping with Sirens is one of my favorite bands, and I'm obsessed with Calvin Klein for some reason. Like, he's my freaking husband. My favorite Sleeping with Sirens song is a Trophy Father's Trophy song. That song is amazing. The Bunny and the Bear. Lindsay told me about the Bunny and the Bear last year. The first song I heard by them was Isle. And that was the song that got me into them. And my favorite song by the Bunny and the Bear is probably either Isle or Skyscrapers, or there's one more I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know. What else do we have here? The Nearly Deads. I just found out about the Nearly Deads recently. I like them. They're like a scene rock band. I don't really have a favorite song by them yet. Why am I subscribed to 21 Pilots? I am not that into 21 Pilots. I found out about them because of Megan when she was in high school. The only songs I really like by 21 Pilots are Heavy Dirty Soul, Heathens, and Stressed Out. And there's one more. Actually, there's Stressed Out, Heathens, Ride, Heavy Dirty Soul, and their cover of Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. We Came as Romans. They were Megan's favorite band, apparently, back when she was in high school. I got into them about a year after I started listening to Screamo music, because of, like, To Plant a Seed and songs like that. My favorite song by them is We Are the Reasons. I think that's pretty much it. So I think I'm pretty much done. Really, the only thing I can say is that I can't wait for Melanie Martinez's new album and the frickin' movie that she's coming out with, and I can't wait for Dead Girls Academy's first album. Both of those are probably going to be frickin' amazing. But anyway, I'm going to go because this video is getting long. Bye, guys.